It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is the morning edition for Tuesday, the 28th of February. I'm James Spann. Today, relatively quiet, but tomorrow we have the chance of severe storms statewide, and then we turn cooler again later this week on Thursday and Friday. So a lot of things to talk about. Here we go. A big trough forming in the western states that will be advancing eastward, setting off some inclement weather, to say the least, in coming days. That was a radar early this morning. A little before 5 o'clock, we had some scattered showers over northwest Alabama. The better chance of showers today should be over the far northern part of the state, and even there, the activity should be fairly scattered. A decent part of the day today should be dry and warmer. Early this morning, we're in the 50s. We'll expect a high in the 70s this afternoon as moist, unstable air moves in from the south. In fact, down south, you can see Mobile at 64, New Orleans 72. That's the air mass moving up in this direction. We note we have a dense fog advisory early this morning for parts of central Alabama. That will be lifting fairly soon. Around the rest of the nation, things are relatively quiet early this morning. We note some winter storm issues for parts of the Rockies out west, where snow is falling. But severe storms, the biggest issue later today. We have an enhanced risk for parts of Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana. The standard risk from almost Shreveport up to about Cleveland. And in terms of the tornado probabilities, higher numbers are over Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, in the hatched area there, and there could be possibly a significant tornado in through there. But again, we stress that's north and west of Alabama today. However, tomorrow, the big risk shifts eastward. Much of the eastern and southern U.S. with a chance of severe weather. The standard risk running all the way from near Jackson, Mississippi to New York City. In Alabama, we have the enhanced risk over about the northern half of the state. The standard slight risk down to Grove Hill, Greenville, Troy, Eufaula, and a marginal risk down to the Gulf Coast. And of course, we'll focus on this as we go. And the rain for the next 5 days, valid through Tuesday morning of next week, so the next 5 days, next 7 days. About 1.5 inches for the Tennessee Valley, 1/2 inch for the southern part of the state. So, model fans, here we go. The GFS, this is the 06Z run. Today at noon, big trough in the west. Down below that, a surface low begins to form around Trinidad, Colorado, Gage, Oklahoma. And again, to the east of that surface low as it moves northeast, there certainly could be some severe weather later today and tonight. In fact, this is the STP, the significant tornado parameter coming off the HRRR, valid at 9 o'clock Central Time tonight. Those numbers are quite high. In fact, the STP hits 11.9 units up there over northwest Arkansas, northeast Oklahoma. So obviously there will be some concern for tornadoes. And again, we stress this is north and west of Alabama. And we should mention here in our state today, this is noon today, just looking at the HRRR, we've got the better chance of rain, obviously, over the Tennessee Valley, far north Alabama, north of a northward moving warm front. Again, for much of central and south Alabama, showers should be fairly widely spaced today. Now, this is tomorrow. That deep surface low is near Detroit, under 1,000 millibars, with a trailing front down to Memphis and Houston. And typically when you see the surface low up there, we don't have a major tornado threat here, but certainly we'll have the chance of strong straight-line winds. We'll check some of the severe weather parameters. This is the low-level jet. Winds at 850 millibars, about 5,000 feet off the ground. This is at noon tomorrow, and the units or the speeds there exceed 50 knots over a pretty good chunk of north and east Alabama. Storm relative helicity values are fairly robust over East Alabama, North Georgia, up into East Tennessee. This is the instability, the surface-based CAPE. The numbers exceed 1,000 joules per kilogram, again, in advance of the cold front. And the significant tornado parameter, higher units over the Tennessee Valley, really from near Decatur up toward Chattanooga. But again, I just think, based on the setup here, the main threat will be from straight-line winds. This is the updraft helicity, the max run through tomorrow night. You can see potential for maybe a few rotating storms down through here, but it seems like the higher tornado threat will probably be today and tonight, north and west of the state. And here's the sounding. This kind of tells the story, the forecast sounding. And again, this is midday tomorrow, and you'd like to see the lower winds, lower level winds more out of the southeast instead of the southwest for a big tornado threat. But still, the photograph is curved, and that suggests there might be an isolated tornado, but the main threat, strong straight line winds. This is the actual radar depiction tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock off the high-res NAM, suggesting by 6 o'clock the line of storm should be just south and east of Birmingham. So putting all that together, again, this is what we're putting out. The main threats, strongest damaging straight-line winds, large hail, the chance of an isolated tornado or two. Northwest Alabama, noon to 4. Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden, 2 to 6. Montgomery, Auburn, Troy, Greenville, 6 to 10. So I just have a way of getting the warnings, which you do if you watch these videos, but tell your friends to be sure they can hear warnings. Now, Thursday, it's on by. We are cooler and drier. The high around 60, a pretty cool north wind. The sky should be sunny. And then Friday early, we'll drop to near the freezing mark. And then Friday, cool and dry with a high only in the upper 50s based on the latest GFS. It's printing a high of 58 for Birmingham. They are the anomalies, much of the country below average. This is Saturday as the weekend begins. Saturday morning, cold, a freeze likely. Lows between 28 and 32. High will be close to 60 on Saturday. And this is Sunday. We're still dry. We start the day in the 40s. The high will be in the 60s. Monday, still dry. We'll be creeping up there close to 70. And this is a week from today, Tuesday the 7th. Still the flow down here is zonal, a cold front approaching. That brings a chance of showers by Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday night. That doesn't look like a severe weather look for now. Here's the end of the forecast period. Thursday of next week, March 9th, troughing over the east, and another cold front coming through with a chance of showers, and looks like some colder air will likely follow that. Numbers off the European ensemble. You see highs dropping in the upper 50s on Thursday and Friday. Lows in the 30s Friday and Saturday morning. And again, I really think we will see a freeze here Saturday. It's got 35 there, but I think most spots go between 28 and 32. After that, temperatures look seasonal. Highs mostly in the 60s and lows mostly in the 40s. That's the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or on television, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and God bless.